I moved to the Dominican Republic and it was not for the beach. People ask me all the time, why did you move to the Dominican Republic? And the honest answer is because when I landed at the airport, I looked around and I realized that everybody here looked like me. And that one moment changed everything. The first time I visited the DR, I was just here to take a break. Nothing major, just a little escape. But the moment I stepped out of the airplane and I saw the people who worked at the airport, I didn't even get out of the airport. I looked around and I saw black people everywhere, every shade, every age, just living. And something in my body was like, oh, you can rest here. It's so weird to try to explain that to people when people describe themselves as another ethnicity. But when I look at them, I see black people. It wasn't about the palm trees or the cost of living. I hadn't seen any of that yet. Honestly, I'm not really into the beach that much. I didn't need a checklist of pros and cons. I just felt at home in my body, in my skin. And that was the first time I had ever experienced that on a national level, where blending in didn't mean I need to code switch or shrink or over explain. I just exist. I've been to Egypt and I know it's in Africa, but I didn't feel that way. And I know we're all the same and black comes in every single shade, but I think the culture was so very different that I didn't actually feel like I fit in. So I was always on alert. And I think your body tells you. Let me be clear. I'm always proud of who I am. But growing up and working in the US, you learn quickly that being black means walking into rooms where you're treated like a problem to solve or a risk to manage. I built my whole career on advising black owned businesses and CEOs because truthfully, I was pushed into it. Other groups consistently showed me that they didn't value what I brought to the table until they needed to copy it. Here in the Dominican Republic, it's not that racism doesn't exist, it certainly does. Colorism exists too. Class divide, misogyny, anti Haitian sentiment. This is not a utopia by any means. But on the surface level, just walking down the street, I feel like everybody's cousin. People hear my Spanish and then they know I'm not from here. But when they look at me, they see me not as suspicious and not as an other, just someone familiar. In every culture, there are issues. I'm not naive. There are toxic beliefs all over the world, ideas about light skin being superior, or some people being worth more because of their money or their passports. But what I'm talking about is personal, it's emotional, it's like, I don't know, maybe it's even spiritual. I don't know. I feel safe. My nervous system is calm here. That means more to me than any beach could ever offer. And this isn't a political commentary. This is about my own personal feelings. I have friends from all over the world. I've always moved in global circles. I've worked with people from every background, and I love that expats here are from all over the world: US, Russia, Canada, Lithuania, and India, for example. And the people I connect with directly who actually like me are all brilliant, global thinking people who generally speak English, and there's almost no exceptions. But the thing that makes the DR different is that it's Spanish speaking black people from my perspective. You'll hear merengue in one direction and bachata in the other direction, and then Dominican rap in the Ubers. Shout out to reggaeton. But the face of the country is familiar. It's the kind of familiar that allows me to exhale. My life here isn't glamorous. I work from home. I don't even own a car. I walk my dog in the mornings and the evenings. I pay my rent and my bills with the same salary that wasn't enough to live alone in the United States. But guess what? It's enough here. There's traffic, but I'm not in it. There's heat, but I'm not freezing. There are challenges, but I have peace. I'm not constantly bracing myself like I used to. I date men who are tall, dark, and handsome, just like I always have. They just happen to speak Spanish. A companion has even cut my hair, like the back, the kitchens, and it was not an issue. He wasn't turned on by it or affected by my BDBs. And that sounds like a small thing, but it meant the world to me. The girl who brings my hair apparently kept me from him too long one day. So he came over in the middle when I only had half my hair done. And he wasn't surprised by what it looked like or anything. And I know that may sound silly, but as my first local dating experience, I just didn't know. I'm grateful to every person who let me document them being a part of their daily lives and mine, from the electrician to my neighbors, to the taxi driver, to the Kalmado aunties. You all made me feel welcome without needing to know my whole backstory. And shouts out to my boy Carlos, my lifelong friend who is a tough Puerto Rican originally from New York. He always told me that if we all figured out that we were all the same, we would be unstoppable. And he was absolutely right. I came here once as a visitor, but I stayed because my body said yes. That's why I moved. And I'm sharing this now because I am curating this content of beautiful scenery, but really it's about this, the real reason why I moved and the real reason why I stayed. So thank you, DR. I'm staying. And if this resonates with you, stick around. Subscribe, comment, tell your version because I know I'm not the only one who came looking for peace and found it in a place that finally looked back and said, you belong here.